And I hope you guys are doing well. So till now we have completed up to amendability of the constitution. So in this particular video we will be completing union and its territory and related articles. I mean article 1, 2, 3 and article 4. So let's go ahead. So article 1 describes India, that is Bharat, is a union of states rather than a federation of states. We will be discussing more details about it in next pages. Okay, so just go through next line. So first schedule of the constitution lists the names of states and their territories. So this is the important point, that first schedule of constitution lists names of states and their territories. Names of states and their territories are mentioned in first schedule. So basically union of state has been preferred to federation of state. Why so? Because of two reasons. One, the Indian Federation is not the result of an agreement among the states like the American Federation. Okay. And second, the state have no right to secede from it. Means it is basically Indian federalism. What we want to convey in this particular line, that India is a union of states. We preferred India as a union of states rather than federation of states. American federation is a result among the states, but it is not like Indian territory, like Indian federation. So Indian federation means no states have right to secede from it, and it is not a result of agreement among the states. Okay, so according to article 1, the territory of India can be classified into three categories: territories of state, union territory, and territory that may be acquired by the government of India at any time. So you have to know these things as well. So article 1 basically is defining the type of the categories of territories that India may have. These are territories of the states, UTs, and that territory that India may acquire. Okay, and in previous lines we also seen that first schedule of the constitution comprises names of states and their territory. So same thing is going over there. Basically names of state and their territorial extent are mentioned in first schedule of the constitution. So let's talk about the article related to union and its territories. So if you talk about article first basically describes India, describes the type of polity that is being followed in India. The article 1 described India, that is Bharat, a union of states rather than a federation of states. This provision deals with two things: one, name of the country, and second, the type of polity that is being followed in our country. Okay, so Article 1 is containing these things. First, name of the country, India, that is Bharat, and second, the type of polity that is being followed in India. India is a union of states rather than federation of states. So let's go ahead to Article 2. Basically, Article 2 grants two power to the Parliament. First, the power to admit into the Union of India new state, and the power to establish new state. Basically, Article 2 deals with the two powers that are given to our Parliament regarding the admission and establishment of new states. Okay, Article 2, admission and establishment of new states. Okay, so we talk about this, so let's go ahead. Basically, the first term refers the admission of state which are already in existence, while the second refers to the establishment of state which were not in existence before. So in Article 3, basically we study that the Parliament have the power to form a new state by separating the territories from any state, or by uniting two or more states or parts of state, or by uniting any territory to a part of any state. Okay, and Parliament will be having the power to increase the area of any state. It will be having the power to diminish the area of any state, and it will also have the power to alter the boundaries of any state, and in last, it may also change the name of a state. And one more thing, before doing so by the Parliament, it is mandatory that Parliament have to take recommendation from the President. Okay, so these above changes can only be introduced with the prior recommendation of President, and after the recommendation of President also refers to that concerned state. Okay, and knows the views of that state within a specified period. Okay, so President has to refer the same to the state legislature as well for expressing its views within a specified period. And power of Parliament to form new state include the power to form a new state or UT by uniting a part of any state or UT to any other state or UT. President or Parliament both are not bound by the views of state legislature. Means they are free from the views of state legislature. Okay, and Parliament can simply do the things that we discussed in these 5 points, basically with a simple majority in the Parliament. Okay, so they don't require the views of Basically, they are not bounded with the decision of the concerned state legislator. Okay. President or parliament is not bound by the views of state legislator. Constitution authorizes the parliament to form new states or alter the area, boundaries or names of the existing area without their consent. Okay. So parliament can form new state or alter the areas, boundaries, or name of the existing area without their consent. They can do if they are denying, but if parliament feels it is good for proper administration, they will do. Okay, India is rightly described as an indestructible union of destructible states. Okay. So, in Article 4, we see that this article declares that laws made for admission, or establishment of new state under Article 2 and formation of new states and alteration of areas, boundaries, or names of existing states under Article 3 are not bound to be considered as amendment of the Constitution under Article 368. So, the provisions that are mentioned in Article 2, basically Article 2 dealing with the establishment and admission of new states. So, Article 2 and Article 3 basically that is dealing with the alteration of boundaries, name, and formation of new states as well, increasing the area of state, diminishing the area, alteration of bounding name. So these things are not to be considered as the amendment of the Constitution under Article 368. Okay, such laws can be passed by a simple majority and by the ordinary legislative process. No special process are required for this process. Okay, so this can be done. In brief, if you say, we can say Article 1 is dealing with the name of country, that is Bharat, the name of country India, that is Bharat, and the type of polity that is being followed in India, that India is a union of state rather than a federation of state. Okay, because no state has right to secede from it, and Article 2 dealing with the establishment and admission of new states, and Article 3 basically deals with the alteration of boundaries, name, these kind of thing with an state, and Article 4 says that these provisions that are made under Article 2 and 3, they are not considered as the amendment of the Constitution under Article 368, and such laws can be passed by simple majority only, and no special provisions are required for that. Okay, so for this video, this is enough. I hope you guys are doing well. So stay tuned, stay happy, and achieve the goal what you want to. Thank you. Bye bye.